Welcome to Caroline and Dada, Week 6 of the NFL predictions. We'll jump right into last week and see how we did. I went 9-5. Earmuffs. Caroline went 4-10. Don't tell her. But she picked the best she could. I know this week's going to go better for her. I have a feeling that she's about to rebound. Fantasy football-wise, we both picked Jay Cutler over Alex Smith. That panned out correctly in many, many great ways. Amari Cooper over Demaryius Thomas. We were just barely wrong there. Demaryius Thomas got 10 points. Amari Cooper had 8. Oh, thank you. Todd Gurley, Eddie Lacy was the other matchup. She picked Lacy. I picked Gurley. Gurley took that one as well. So there was our fantasy football recap from last week. We'll jump right into this week. And we are going to go with tonight's game tonight. We've got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. Who are you going with, Caroline? It's the Falcons. All right. So she thinks the Falcons are going to keep it rolling and stay undefeated. You know what, Caroline? I am going to agree with you. That's a high five. Thank you. All right. We're going to roll into the next game. We've got the Jaguars. Yeah, versus the Texans. Who are you picking, Texans or Jaguars? Going Texans. All right, she's going to go with the Texans. Sorry, Josh. No, she's big time all of those Jaguars because they go roar, I think. But, you know what? I'm going to disagree. I think the Jaguars are going to win this week. That's who I'm going with. Caroline will take the Texans. Going to the Cardinals versus Rooney Steelers. Who are you going with? All right, going to the Bird. Going right to the Cardinals. That's who she's picking. Sorry, Matt and Dee. That's her pick of the week. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go with the upset this week. I think the Cardinals lose one here to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who badly need a win with Michael Vick at the helm. Let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs. They had a terrible loss to the Bears last week, taking on the Vikings. Who are we on, Vikings or Chiefs? Right to the Vikings. No thinking about that. Teddy Bridgewater is going to get it done according to Caroline. I'm also going to agree. I think the Vikings, in particular, are about to get hot. I think the Chiefs are in a terrible situation without Jamal Charles, and things are about to get worse for them. That's a high five. Or that's a... Okay. So we're going to go with the Bengals taking on the Bills. Who are we going with, the Bengals or the Bills? Yeah, one's undefeated, one's not. She's going with the Bills with the upset. She's picking those Bills to upset the Bengals. You know what? I'm also going to agree. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going Bills with the upset this week. That's a high five pick. I think the Bengals luck's about to run out. Let's go to the Washington Redskins. Yeah, Redskins versus the Jets. Who are you picking there, Redskins or Jets? Jets? Going with the Jets? I'm going to disagree. I know the Jets defense is fantastic. I think the Redskins looked better last week. Oh, yes? You thought so too? I thought the Redskins looked better last week against Baltimore. I think they're going to pull off the victory this week. Let's go to my team. Chicago Bears versus the Lions. Who are you going with, Caroline? Bears or Lions? She's pointing to the Lions. Yeah, picking the Lions. She's picked them every week. They're 0-5, so maybe they won't work out well. I'm going to go with the Bears. Sorry, Caroline. That's my pick in this one. All right. Are we ready for it? And that's our new sound effect for the Monster Pick of the Week. All right, as you know, this is the guaranteed win by Caroline. We've got the 49ers taking on the Ravens in a Super Bowl rematch of 2 years ago. Who are we going with, Caroline? Gotta give me one. Just give us one. I know, it's the Monster Pick of the Week. You've got to be careful with it. You got Joe Flacco, Colin Kaepernick, who's no longer Kaepernicking. He's barely quarterback. Who are you picking there? Ravens or Niners? All right, going with the Niners. Niners it is. That's her Monster Pick of the Week. I'm going to disagree. I think that the Ravens are going to pull this one out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is Monster down? We got a Monster down. Monster down. Let's... Oh, saved. Mommy saved. All right, Dolphins versus the Titans. Who we going with? Dolphins or the Titans? Who we going with there? All right, going right to Tannehill and the Dolphins. All right, Marcus Mariota, I am going with him. I think the Titans are going to get things going this week against the Dolphins. It does say Daddy's girl. How did you know that? Daddy's girl. Yeah. All right, we've got the Chargers and the Packers. Who are you going with, the Green Bay Packers or the Chargers? Chargers. She's going Chargers. I learned my lesson last week. I'm going to stick with the Packers this week. The Rams did not pull off the upset, so I'm going to go that route. We've got our first fantasy football matchup. We've got what I would call the Schroeder Rogers Bowl. In the HFL, we had a little disagreement over Jimmy Graham versus Greg Olsen. I won't get into that right now. But so we're going to go with the Panthers or the Seahawks. Oh, you want to go? All right, Greg Olsen or Jimmy Graham? Picks up Greg Olsen. All right, Greg Olsen. Take that, Schroeder. And Jimmy Graham, I got to do with Greg Olsen. I think he's going to have the better game as well. Who are you going with, Panthers or Seahawks there? Seahawks. She's going Seahawks. She rarely does that. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to pick the Panthers this week. I think the Seahawks are going to drop another one. Got the Broncos taking on Pop Pop's Browns. Pop Pop's Browns or the Broncos? I know, it's a tough one. You're thinking about Pop Pop. What are you going to do? Going to go with the Browns or the Broncos? Be quite the upset. She's picking the Broncos. Sadly, that's the smart choice. They had a great game last week, but I think the Broncos stay undefeated. That's a high five. Instead, yeah, just say Dada. It does. All right, we've got the Sunday night matchup, Deflategate rematch. We've got Tom Brady and the Patriots versus, we hope, Andrew Luck and the Colts. Who are you going with, Colts or Patriots? Oh, all right. We've got Frank Gore in the running back matchup versus Dion Lewis. She wants to go to the game first. Who are you picking, Gore? Old man Gore or Dion Lewis? All right. So we've got the game pick. She's sticking with the Patriots. I also agree with that. So we're going, and Dion Lewis. All right. So she's going Dion Lewis and the Patriots. We're both going to agree on that. That's how that one's going to turn out. And in our final pick of the week, we have Eli Manning and Sam Bradford. Who are you going with? Manning or Bradford? Okay, she's going with Sam Bradford. I'm going with Eli Manning in that one. I just think that he's got more weapons, even if some of them are slightly banged up or injured coming into this game. We're going Eagles or Giants? The Monday Nighter. Eagles or Giants? All right, she's going Sam Bradford. Maybe thinks it'll be garbage time. Oh! She's going Giants. All right, there you go, Liz. She's picking the Giants. I actually think their luck's going to the Eagles are going to pull off the win this week. They had a great game last week. I think things are finally starting to click for Chip Kelly and his team. Well, there you have it. There are our picks for the week. Nicely done, Caroline. Can I get a high five? Five. Oh, that's a good five. Yeah. Hope that you tune in next week for our Week 7 picks. Have a great weekend. So good, so good. You blow a kiss?